Yeah, we would have, we said we keep going.
Yeah, that's good of you.
Slow down.
You'll feel better.
Get your signature saved.
Your grandmother's chair. You got somebody to say this.
We'll give you the A-OK when something happens. Not quite starting, they're just checking. I got on here.
No, we don't do that. Oh, okay. They're just, they're taking those.
It didn't start yet. Yep. Just stiff.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have, well, the steps give you, is your knee hurt or is it because of muscle strength?
Muscle. Away. Even when I'm doing my exercises.
I think I did some of that. I'm showing you. Right, sign this stuff, and you go on. I did this. I don't know. That's great. Yeah. Well, yeah. Share it every day. I don't know. There's no company rate. You got one. Yeah, well, I can't believe so.
Thank you. Right.
Okay, now I'm seeing y'all on. Rightfully, that's right. There you go.
You don't want to have to move the door a bunch of times. You can't unblock the walkway. Anywhere you want. Yeah, don't.
When they're done. Okay, calling the meeting to order April 28th, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. Roll call.
Belkey,
Here.
Bennett,
Here.
Cornish,
Here.
Farrell.
Here.
Stevenson.
Here.
Trinka. Washington.
Here.
Whitty.
Here. Please join me with that pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance.
To the flag, of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the omnibus. I'll move the omnibus.
Second.
Mr. Goodman. Roll call.
Okay, Belkey,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Cornish,
Yes.
Farrell,
Yes.
Stevenson,
Yes.
Trinka. Oh, Liderica,
This guy can come in.
Washington,
Yes.
Whitty.
Yes.
Dale, you want to vote on this?
Say yes.
I vote on it, yes.
The agenda.
Oh, the agenda. I looked at it, it's okay. I give it my approval. Sorry I'm late, I overslept.
That's what I figured. Okay,
What time did you come in?
6:32.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, okay, we're ready.
Yeah, I gotta say something here, before the mayor speaks. We got a letter today, or email from Louis Boy, which Mike did work for. His last day was April 23rd. And we just found this out, so that's, today's the 28th, that's 5 days beyond when Mike was representing us. I don't know if the firm was still representing us or not. So you got any answer to that, Mike?
Yeah, I sent a letter to the mayor informing her the day that I resigned, and she said to move everything over to the new firm. Which happens when you move firms. The ABA rules require you to send notice that says you can either A, stay with the firm, B, move to the new firm, or C, find a new firm.
That's
So
through the
they
end of the
chose
month.
B to move to the end of the month. And tonight, that's why we're doing a motion to approve so that it's public during this meeting that that's who I work for now.
There's no contract or anything, no, with the new firm, is it? But they actually,
Same deal. We'll just prorate the contract to the end of the month.
so they prorated, I know you're $4,000, they prorated that, and you should have gotten, or should get $3,066.67 for the top from, I guess, April 1st to April 23rd.
I'd be happy to take a look at that. I've never seen that. I don't know what that is.
It's an email from the accounting department in Lewisburg.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay anything until you've had a chance to take a look at it. They'll prorate it however many days from the day of when I left to the end of the month.
So with that 5 days, you say we're still covered?
Yeah, I've been working on your stuff. The mayor said to move everything over to the new firm. That's how the ABA rules work. The mayor has absolute power to appoint the city attorney. She said to move it over, so you were good.
On this email, it says, while we understand that you're transferring your work to Mike McGinley's new firm. So we're not transferring it to your new firm.
You actually are. You're moving all the files from the last 3.5 years to the
Now,
new firm.
only
so that I
until
can keep my
April
work done.
30th.
Till April 30th, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I gotta say.
Okay, so I need a motion to approve Mike McGinley of Lashley and Bear PC as a city attorney through April 30th, 2025.
Second.
Approve Michael McGinley, Lashley and Bear PC, as a city attorney through April 30th.
Second.
Roll call.
Bennett,
Yes.
Cornish,
Yes.
Farrell,
Yes.
Stevenson,
Yes.
Trinka,
Yes.
Washington,
Yes.
Whitty,
No,
Belkey.
No.
Okay,
Motion carries.
okay, so now it's time for audience. You get 5 minutes. Come up to the fencing area, state your name, please. And the council or myself will not respond to any of your questions or comments at this time. It is possible that later during the agenda, we may. Anybody want to go first? Anybody have anything to say? Okay. You guys don't have anything to say? No? Okay, okay. See, you got caught talking in class, yeah. Okay, we'll move onward and upward. Alderpersons, anybody have anything? Yes, sir.
Do I get 5 minutes?
No.
This is my last night as a councilman. I've really enjoyed it. I've learned a lot. I wish I knew now what I should have learned at the very beginning. I want to thank all the councilmen here, all the aldermen who've been friendly, and I do appreciate it. The only person I have questions is the mayor. She always refers to me and talks about my age. So,
You're a historian in the council.
but luckily I have a hard shell, so I can stand that. I also want to thank all the people that work in the room here. I mean, in the council area. They've always been very friendly in council and given me advice and suggestions when I've asked for it. And Luann helped me at the very beginning because she gave me a book on how to be an alderman. I read part of it. More complicated than I anticipated. Also want to thank all the people, all the departments, from the police department. The chief has been very friendly and very kind, and I've been able to get some information from him, and I think he's got some information from me as well. I want to thank all the departments, the streets, and the streets, alleys, and cemetery. And that has been a point during my stay that everybody has been talking about the fact that at my age, I was the chairman of the cemetery. And of course, I try to do everything to make it beautiful because I may be there sooner than I anticipated. But thanks, Cody. You've been very friendly. Penny, thank you. I've been helping Penny, and I should get paid for it. I have a big water filter in my thing, and every time I take it out after 2 months, I tell her the color of the filter. It starts out at white, and sometimes years ago it was really dark. Lately, it's been really close to tan, light tan. So Penny, I'm sure that it's been helping you, but I don't expect any reimbursement from you.
I'll expect you to continue that.
As I said, it's been a very interesting experience. I've learned a great deal that I didn't know, and things have changed. I'm also one of the few people that signs the authorization to sign checks. You wouldn't believe, I didn't believe the cost, the amount of money we pay to Ameren, the water companies and so on is fantastic. So it's been an eye opener for me. And maybe some of you are aware of that, but I wasn't. I've been living here for 37 years, but I haven't been very much involved in Lebanon. I mostly was involved with Memorial Hospital in Belleville, but I've learned a great deal. And by the way, I've even enjoyed most of the time the citizenry. Everybody has been very polite and kind. No one has attacked me yet. I've been getting a lot of emails and phone calls and things, but they've all been very respectful. I do appreciate it. I'm glad to hear and see the number of people from our citizens from our town that are actually interested in the town and what is happening. I do appreciate that. Thank you all very much. I shall retire, and I did oversleep a little bit tonight, so I'm going to be here on time. Thank you all. I do appreciate it.
Anybody want to follow that?
Hey, Dale.
No, but I do have one or two things.
Okay,
Okay, the library, do we still know anything?
It's on the agenda.
it's on your agenda.
Yeah, it's on the agenda.
Under unfinished business. We'll talk about it.
No. How about the ambulance code? Or
It's on your
contract?
agenda. No, No, it's not on the agenda. A letter was written
Okay. And then.
and sent.
Oh, so why is he worried about that? And that's my, why are you worried about the ambulance and that's what I'm taking care of?
Why am I?
Yes,
I would like to make sure that everybody in this town has, ability to get people that when they need it.
well, when I get the information, I'll share it with them. Unless you're on my committee, you don't need to do that.
Well, I think I do,
No,
whether I'm on your committee or not.
no, you don't.
Well, you know,
Oh, okay, okay.
we're not gonna get into that.
Time's up, Pat.
And then maybe we can get some, let's see here. The, poll down at McDonald's,
Cody will address that when it's his time.
okay?
Anything else from any older persons? No. Okay, let's go to committee reports. Streets and alleys, Sean,
Meet May 5th, 6:30.
okay. Finance, Charlie,
Nothing tonight. We meet May 19th at 6:30.
ordinance, George,
May 5th at 6:30.
water and sewer. Pat,
Penny has submitted, what she needed for, with the water and whatnot. So I don't have anything other than that to report.
okay. Cemetery, Mr. Trinka,
I just have a couple things. I'm still waiting for Kerry Chris to provide the little medallion saying 1810, which is approximately the time the first person was buried there. As a result of the cemetery cleanup, we have changed some of our things, and I had some things stuck in the ground pretty deep. They pulled them out, they laid them on the thing, and I had Yager Monument Company, which is out of Mascuda, where I bought my wife my stone, and they came over and they sawed them off. They drilled holes in the foundation, put epoxy on it, stuck them in there, and I have pictures in case anybody wants to see what it looks like now. The one before and then the after. So I'll show these to you in case you're interested in seeing what it looks like.
is that it?
That's it.
Well, a little bird just told me that your medallion is installed, the one on the entryway.
Oh, it has been.
Where have you been?
When you get old, your vision is sometimes impaired.
I don't know when it happened, but they just told me that
Yeah,
it's
Terry has been
installed.
talking to me, so I don't know, she never did call me, and I'm gonna get on her and task her.
There you go.
But I
Don't
was
look me
embarrassed
up
at the
close in
council.
mouth, okay? Anything else, sir? Okay, health and safety.
we meet May the 19th at 6:30.
Okay, thank you. Public property, Amber.
Nothing at this time. We'll meet again on May 5th, 2025 at 6:30.
Personnel, Mr. Bennett.
We have one thing, for this evening, and we meet also May 19, 2025 at 6:30. Discuss and recommend an applicant to fill the position of the city treasurer. Something. We did have an applicant.
Okay,
Discussion. We had only one to apply.
Only one.
so you go onward and upward and
Move with it.
make a motion.
Make a motion, then that the applicant in question might be given an opportunity to work hard for the city.
Okay, she will.
I know she will. Not
I
only
think
is
that
she-
was his motion,
Not
yeah.
only is she qualified, she's
So you're,
qualified.
I'll second the motion.
It's like
And I'm
pulling teeth tonight.
Just because it's our last doesn't mean we wanna sit here
Golly,
all
guys.
night. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
make a name, make a
Make a
name.
name
Ma-
for myself,
Just make it up.
Who is,
Miss Jessica Lamar,
okay,
the Star is Born.
there you go. Okay, any discussion? Okay, roll call.
Cornish,
I'm sorry.
we're voting on the motion for Jessica Bowman as treasurer.
Yes.
Farrell.
Yes.
Stevenson.
Yeah.
Trinka,
Yes.
Washington,
No.
Whitty,
Yes.
Belkey,
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Okay, motion passed.
Clerk, your turn.
Okay. Let me get out my phone. I have an announcement to the council here. Those people that do not have their EIS, they are due on the 30th. Or the 1st, you could possibly get fined afterwards if you don't have it done. I've been passing them out. I'm at my desk. You can come in and we'll go right over the computer and do it. So those few that are still needing to do it, please get it done. You're okay with it. I did it, but you don't have to because you're not. I did it because I started the process a long time ago.
Is that a requirement to be on?
Yes.
It's required.
Council, plan commission,
Zoning Board of Appeals,
appeals,
it's required.
used to be the treasurer, I don't know. Is it still the treasurer would be?
I would think so.
It's
She's
not
being
elected,
paid
but-
by the city.
It's easy enough on Jessica.
It's still around. I've done 3 of them.
Yeah. So that's that part. And then I'd like to say a few words about my term here. There has been an elation 2 times in my career up here. First time was my first day, and that continued for about, 2 years. I'd come in and go, I love my job. Then it started getting really frantic with all kinds of projects going on, that, and it gets a little hairy. The second time is probably gonna be at 4 o'clock on Wednesday, when it's my last thing. I've enjoyed it immensely. I've enjoyed working with the citizens and all of you, although some might had to prod and probe to get to do things, but I tried my best. We've done a lot since my 2 terms. We're on our, well, we did 2 TIFs, one and an amended TIF. This is our 3rd TIF. We've gotten the enterprise zone. We've got the business district. We've got moved things along and we've gotten things in place. So when people want to come, when we get this enterprise zone finished, then when people want to come and do business here, we got a package to give them. And that started when the sports complex wanted to come in because they needed to know what we were gonna do. And so we've been working on that and the last stage is finally done. So hopefully that will be good. So once again, I thank you for electing me and having confidence in me and good luck in the future. And I only wish the best for Lebanon. So that's it.
Anything else? Treasurer.
Nothing, just, normally I say nothing tonight at this point, but this is my last meeting, so say a few words. So I came from, born in St. Louis, moved to Kansas City, got a master's degree, bachelor's in accounting, master's in public administration. I'm in Kansas City thinking I'm gonna be in this huge city and then life throws you a curveball and I end up in Lebanon. And my first night here, October 31st, 2019, I looked up at the sky and with my wife and we saw stars. I was thinking, when was the last time I seen stars? And I fell in love with Lebanon ever since. So moving a little bit further along, someone who knew my background said, hey, be a good fit for, treasurer. Me not knowing anything, I said, sure, I'll try it out. I went for an alderman, and then it just changed. So my first year, just like any baby, babies they're not born running, they crawl. So I crawled, then Michelle kind of helped me out. Then Luann took me under her wing. Then all the council members, I know they've changed over the past few years, but still, all of them, Miss Washington, who likes to get me out of my bubble. I like my bubble, it's comfortable, but she pops it. Pharaoh, his knowledge is just amazing to me. He's strong. Mr. Bennett, deep voice, just steadfast guy. And Belkey, he's gonna be that dog for the city, which is not a bad thing. That we need that dog. Trinka. I like Trinka. Is everything going Cornish? Well, haven't seen you too much, but you're fighting in that quadrant. Witty throws me the candy curveballs every day. Stevenson, good guy, golfer. Maybe we'll go to the Masters one day. And the attorney, I know the attorney, being an attorney, just they don't get a good rap, but if they understood everything that you had to do. And Mayor Wright, who I first met as a alderman, and now as a mayor. It's easy to say the bad things, because, but I like to try to give people their flowers while they're here. And even Cody, who came in, he wasn't there when I started, but he's come in and done an amazing job. Chief Raw, I love the police here, and Penny, who's stopping the drop of a hat to help me out as a citizen or a treasurer. I know I've had to cut the budgets have been cut and a little bit, but we've done what I feel is a good job with what we got. So I've learned a lot. Jessica will do amazing, I'm sure. So it's been fun. I've learned a lot, but I'm honored that you guys have allowed me to do this for the next 4 years, for the last 4 years. And as long as we all have the same goal in mind, the improvement of Lebanon, and as far as we keep going, as long as we keep going up, I think we'll be okay. And that's it.
Okay, I have a little bit. I was an alderperson for 8 years and a mayor for 4. I'm gonna enjoy some retirement. Yeah, we've hit some snags, but we have some great things, and some of the great things, excuse me, are the grants that we have in process. Everybody's dreams, why don't you? We have them, we always have to announce it to get approval from the council to spend the engineering money or whatever. You don't pay any grants back. You may have to co-pay on a grant, but I just wanted to list our grants that we have in the works or coming to us for Charlie to deal with. We've got the 2-block McAllister Street grant, which was a $355,500 grant. That'll happen in the summer and fall of 25. The DCO grant applied for city matching funds for the 2 blocks of McAllister as $100,000. They're working on that. The American Rescue Plan, which was a water sewer line, McAllister and Hunter Street lift station, that was $576,131.56, and that's in process now. The DCEO TAP grant, which is the Route 4 sidewalk that goes from West Chutes south to the True Value, It will, True Value Street, Ace Hardware. That will make it possible so that we don't see the folks that are dangerously riding in their motorized carts down Route 4. So it's a 5-foot wide path, so they'll be able to come over from Lebanon. What is the name of that? I'm gonna go back to the wrong place. Behind the school.
Cedars of Lebanon.
Yeah, Cedars of Lebanon, thank you. I had a nickname for it. $500,000, that should happen in the summer and fall of 26. The east-west gateway Herman Street and Herman Street water line is $898,842. That will happen sometime in the fiscal year of 27. Safer routes to school, West D to Mary Jane. That is $250,000, and that is the summer of 27. However, they have been out there working on it, checking it out, getting everything squared away. Then we have the Great Streets Initiative Downtown Planning Grant, which will help us get future grants. The award was $100,000. That is complete. The DCEO grant, City Hall roof replacement, doesn't cover the whole roof, but $25,000 will cover some. We should know by details by early June. So totally awarded $2,805,474. There was a grant that was started in process when the previous mayor's term, but it's still in process, and that's $1,049,000. That's US 50 to Route 4 traffic line and the lights. IDOT keeps pushing that back on us, so we're sort of unknown at this point when that is going to happen. So Stephanie and Michelle are the main ink behind these grants. I get involved as much as they need me. Usually it was to get support letters, and I'll do that every day. That didn't bother me. But I think we did really great considering we're small town and we haven't had grants in a very long time. We also did a very large street project from Parkview to Ursula. 6 streets, redid those streets. And so that's the only work we've been doing. I'm sorry. But that's it, what I have for me and what we've done for the city so far.
Can you imagine what would have happened if she'd been at her peak? You'd have been healthy, maybe even much more.
Yeah, I took some time off, unfortunately, but I got to test out what would happen if you had an emergency at City Hall. Yeah, it was not fun, but we got through it. So, but that's all I have.
You've done good.
Thank you. And now I can go on with the committee. Oh, thank you. Now, before we do anything else, we're not doing this now, but we're getting ready to go into executive session under the 5 ILCS to 120 section 2 C1 of the Open Meeting Act to discuss hiring a part-time employee. We're also going to request to go into executive session 5 ILCS 120 section 2 C11 of the Open Meeting Act, possible litigation. So now it's time for the department heads. Chief?
One thing tonight, a couple weeks ago, I mentioned about the speed signs in Monroe and Belleville and Oak Grove, and I would get that straight on.
Oak Grove School Road.
Okay. I got a price on it. We got a really good price on it, significantly less than I was anticipating. I can get all 5 signs, including the data for the first year, and I do have the monies to purchase it. We will not be using budgetary money. We'll be using federal forfeiture money, and significantly cheaper than I anticipated, $16,377.17 because I'm purchasing 5 signs. So I'm planning on moving that forward. sooner than later, because I do have the monies to purchase it. That's all.
That's it? Okay. Streets, Cody? He's code, right?
Oh.
I'd like to address the alderman comment of the hole or the road to nowhere, the many nicknames it has gotten over the time. That it has been open. We are currently, as we are working through the normal job process that we have also, we are using. It's not grant money, but it was infrastructure money that we get through TIF projects and stuff like that. To pay for this to start, it's hopefully to get somebody in there. It initially started on the back of the sports complex that I'm not for sure where that's at, so I'll leave that where it lies. As of right now, I don't have the capabilities to pump the water out or to stop the rain. So unless we want to make a muddy mess and haul it onto the road and make a disaster that we have to clean up, it's easier just to let it sit. We're not a large scale construction company and we don't have wet well pumps to keep it.
We know that you don't know when it's gonna rain,
Right,
okay?
so.
But
with it being
doggone
wet-
it, that's kind of an eyesore, I think. And it's been there for, I don't know, maybe a year,
Not quite.
not quite.
Takes money though.
Everything
Money's not
takes
as
money,
much as of an
but-
issue is that if he was ever in the construction world, he knows that construction would be suspended. For the cold times of the month, you're not supposed to do any digging, especially with roads and putting in other stuff and infrastructure. It's common construction practice. I don't think you can drive anywhere in Illinois and see people digging holes when it's 6 degrees outside. I thought that was common knowledge, but some people don't know.
Well,
That's okay. So to
we
get
understand when there's ice. We understand that. And then what I'm saying to you is, be nice to clean that up, because that is kind of an eyesore.
what would you
Pat,
propose?
they will clean it up when they can.
Okay,
What would you propose?
No, no, Cody.
No, what would
Just
you
curious
propose?
if, here's what he proposes, you know, so much.
Please forgive me, I'm trying to get some information.
Yeah, I'm
What
sorry.
was the hole dug for? In the first
It's the
place?
base for a road to go in so they can extend behind the McDonald's BP area. What has taken us so long is that we are hauling rock in ourselves to save money on that, but be more than happy to work with the new
I'm
mayor on
sorry, I'm
paying
sorry.
a construction.
It was for what? What?
base for a new road. So when you put a road in, you have to have a good sub base underneath it, or else we have what we have now in town. If you don't put rock base under a road, you see where the mud comes up in town, where trash trucks are stopping, it's heaving up the road. It's a lack of base underneath the roads. Nobody did anything wrong in the beginning. Nobody planned on.
Was that a parking space?
It will be a road entrance in and out. And then it will go back to the properties if someone purchases it. So if someone puts in a sportsplex, if someone puts in a strip mall, if someone puts in whatever they choose. That road will allow people to come in and out. It does also part of a future.
Yeah.
Piece that Luann can go off of.
Well, you gotta remember, if you did a regular road, it wouldn't be that deep. Why was it that deep,
We
Cody?
did go that deep because there's a possibility. It is C1, which is commercial. And commercial traffic leads to heavier trucks coming in and out, which led to TWM doing the study, which made our base as deep as it was. It was engineered and we are going through with TWM
And-
engineering plans.
Somebody went from BP over there, that area, and emptied their newly filled tank of diesel fuel because they put the wrong fuel in their truck, so they just drove over there and let it out, went back and got some regular fuel left. And the EPA said you had to dig that out. And that's why it's so deep. It's deeper than what it probably would have been, but then you've got to put good stuff back in there. So we had to do that, and it was a long process, and we couldn't work on it until the EPA gave us permission to work on it, to haul it to a certain place. So all this stuff takes time, and you have to meet their regulations. It's just that you can't just do stuff and go, oh, let's fill it in,
Did
you
you
know?
hold that truck responsible?
Well, the police department tried tracking it down and everything, but I don't think you had good luck on it.
State, like,
It was a real.
Yeah, they changed plates on it,
Oh
and
my God.
it wasn't just somebody, probably wasn't an upstanding citizen that did it, because otherwise they wouldn't be changing their plates around so nobody could find them, so. Yeah, So
The
that's some
moral
of the
story,
things
yes, we are
behind the
working on it.
story,
It
you
will be
know?
done this year. We have to put a locate, that locate also goes through our water department as well, and we have to keep in mind this at this time of year, and if I could, yes, we're pretty busy with locates, there's a lot of stuff coming in. So we also work in conjunction with water sewer. Takes a little bit of time, but we are on it. We are doing projects in town. Bear with us for a crew of 4. And just like any other department in town, we make our way as fast as we can through the process while following state mandates.
Cody, you might also mention it was already slated for a road there.
It was already slated for, correct, yes, we actually own that property through there. It was, again, it's extension of what I guess is gonna be
It's mercantile.
mercantile. To the back of the property, if you look back there, there's a pole that has a transformer on it, that's where we would stop. And eventually we'll come in, we'll have someone put in, I think you guys picked asphalt to go in there. But the idea is to bring business to town forthcoming so that there's roads already preemptively put in place. So that the property behind a commercial is more appealing to any business that wants to come to town. Any other projects that we also have going on too, there's a couple culverts in town that we will be replacing. One of them that has already started was on Strat Lane. It was starting to fall through, I guess, I don't say once a week, Penny, when you say there's a small hole that started getting bigger and bigger. It was they call them tin whistles, it's just a tin pipe, over time those rot out, replace it with concrete, hopefully that'll be the last time in my lifetime that we have to be in there. Some people, if anybody lives out by Locust Lane, kind of be looking out there, we're gonna get a locate in. The ridge on top of that road is getting tall, we'd like to knock that down, fix the holes that are in there and give Locust a little attention. I point in case of being, I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know where Locust Lane is. It looks more like an alley, so we're trying to dress that up. It's over towards you a little bit more. So our focus this year is more on alleys. 2026, I think, I don't know if you hit the Herman Street grant from South Herman, from 50 down. We are going to try and piggyback off of that. This year, we're getting trees removed. Anything that's heaving sidewalks, heaving up any of the road or any of the curb. To get these trees out, either go out for letting here hopefully soon. TWM has been taking care of the paperwork on that side for us. Once these trees are removed, they're putting new sidewalk curb gutter in where it needs to be. So we don't want to have trees pushing up brand new infrastructure that we just put in. While that's going on and going through, proceeding 2026 on that project, 2027, hopefully we'll have some oil and chip. We're looking to pretty well cover from 3rd Street north. So anything from the north of 3rd Street that is not already paved is going to get a oil chip. So we're gonna work through 24, or 25, 26 to try and fill some potholes, get the road smoothed out. Look at Cherry's gonna get addressed. That's part of our capital plan that Kenny already sat down and went through. If you have any questions, feel free to call. Or ask me any questions after the meeting. I don't wanna drag it on too long for your last meeting, Larry. Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. Cody, are we still on the agenda for those 2 streets in the safety zone that we discussed?
For the striping of the paint? Yes, sir. So there's a lot of projects out there that we're trying to move through. We're trying to get a company to come in. Just gotta go through the bidding process. It takes a little bit. For striping roads in town that really need it, we're looking, instead of going towards paint, they have a thermal that you put down that you heat. It lasts a lot longer. It has more dexterity to it. McKendree used it. If you look at some of McKendree's stock blocks and crosswalks, they've lasted 10, 12 years. We paint them, they come out, you have a lot of foot traffic driving over it or driving traffic coming over it. The paint wears down pretty quick. We're painting every year, so we're trying to find longevity items. It's a little more expensive. It's worth more. To me, it's worth more doing it once for 10 years than every other year or every year. That's all I have.
Thank you.
It's a
Quite a bit.
Penny Water?
A couple things that we still have an active boil order from a main break on Friday evening. That is on Roger Merrill and Lantern. If you didn't get a notice, you're not under boil order. And that will hopefully be lifted tomorrow. We have a sample back in the morning. Second is under that grant that you mentioned for Herman Street. You said water, but that is not part of that grant, the water line. So we did apply, I applied for a block grant as well.
Right.
For Herman Street. We have not heard back on that yet. If we don't get that grant, even if we do, we're gonna need more money to do that. So I budgeted some money for that. But we want to get that water line changed before Obviously, the new road goes on top of it. There's not any north-south sewer, where they're gonna be doing that in most of the roads, so what is there will televise beforehand.
Okay, thank you.
I think that's it.
That's it?
Yep.
Blake? Inspector? Yeah, Inspector? Inspector Blake.
So from the last time I gave you a report, March 14th till April 28th, I've done 25 inspections. And here in the last week, we did put the notice out that was going around for the grass violations, grass yards that haven't been mowed yet. 11 of the 13 violations that are out there right now are grass. There is several of them that have been closed, that have been mowed here within the last few days. There are several that haven't. With the drive of the day today around the neighborhood, there was a few lots that I missed. Obviously human, gonna miss a few. If there's any that anybody knows of as well, let me know. I get them violations out. Get letters out, get the grass mowed. That way people don't have to worry about the incoming mosquitoes that are, tall grass bugs, critters, the whole nine. That's all I.
Thank you. Okay, unfinished business, update on the Creekside situation. We will talk a little bit later afterwards, after our executive sessions. Update on the library contract. I have nothing. Anybody have anything? Library contract? Mike, have you heard anything from?
No, just that we were gonna increase the rent.
Yeah, but there was a new contract that should have been done.
As a professional courtesy, I thought the terms and conditions should probably come from the new attorney. There are gonna be any changes made.
I didn't.
He said he
I
thought.
said as a
the attorney
professional
should-
courtesy, I thought that the terms and conditions should come from the new attorney. If there's gonna be any negotiation, I won't be around to negotiate it, so
Oh, okay,
I thought that just made sense. Doesn't have to be done by a date certain, you can always
okay,
pass it later, it can be retroactive.
okay, that works. Okay, under new business, request to go into executive session under the 5 ILCS. I'm going, this is my last. 120, section 2C1 of the Open Meeting Act. The consideration of the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, and or dismissal of a specific employees of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee of the public body or against legal counsel for the public body to determine its validity. Also, request to go into executive session under 5 ILCS 120, section 2C11 of the Open Meeting Act to consider litigation when an action against affecting or on behalf of the particular public body has been filed and is pending before court or administrative tribunal, or when the public body finds that an action is probable or imminent, in which case the basis for the finding shall be recorded and entered into the minutes of the closed meeting. We will go into executive session. We will actually leave and go back into the back. You got what?
I have one new item.
Oh, well, feel free.
Well, it's under new item because it wasn't on the agenda, but here's. I know people have been going around saying, oh, the city is $1 million in debt. They're not $1 million over their budget. They've taken money from previous years that they've been collecting to pay for these projects. So if you look at the front of the budget, it has a column of all of what we're gonna be spending. It comes out to, and the revenue, and it comes out to a negative 900 and something. Then you go over here and our auditor said, listed on the front page, what monies you're moving over. So we have those moved over. And if you look down below, it says 900 and we're 5,000 something in the black. Okay, we are not in the hole. Okay, so if you hear people out there talking about this, they're not understanding the budget process and those figures. So I hope everybody kind of take a breath when somebody says that, go and say, no, they've saved money to offset that negative number. I'd appreciate it because, you know, we work hard on the budget. We make these guys and ladies take money out that they want in, and we worked hard to do this. And so, I'd appreciate it if you let that be known when somebody says a wrong statement. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
So we are going to go into executive session. We're going back in the back. Y'all can stay and talk amongst yourselves. And then we'll come back. There most likely will be a vote afterwards.
We did a motion in a second.
Oh, wait a minute, wait 1 second, because I turned it off by accident.
I will move that we go into executive session for,
And that is.
5 ILCS 1120, section 2C1 of the Open Meeting Act, and 5 ILCS 120, section 2C11 of the Open Meeting Act.
I second that.
Okay. Red,
Mhm.
Farrell,
Yes.
Stevenson,
Yeah.
Trinka,
Yes.
Washington,
Yes.
Whitty,
Yes.
Belkey,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Cornish.
Yes.
Okay, that's. What time is it?
It is 7:18.
I'm on pause.
Are we ready?
How come you didn't find some money to stuff under the mattress? I thought, you know, somebody can do it. Really a dog laugh. And this is- the whole mission because I won't be here.
He should.
Hey, Chief, hey.
We'll do him a session. We'll talk about this first.
Yeah.
Okay, return from executive.
Here we go.
Thank you, Sean.
Quiet.
Return from executive session roll call.
Belkey,
Here.
Bennett,
Here.
Cornish,
Here.
Farrell,
Here.
Stevenson,
Here.
Trinka,
Here.
Washington, here, Whitty,
Here.
they're all here.
Thank God, I didn't get lost between here and there. Okay, so what do we have to vote on?
We have to do the Ward 1, all the person, Ward 3, all the person.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to, accept or, for, Mike Marcinkowski to replace me in Ward 1.
Second.
And for, RJ's,
One at a time. We'll vote.
roll call.
Trinka,
Yes.
Washington,
Yes.
Whitty,
yes.
Belkey,
Yes.
Bennett,
Here.
Cornish,
Yes.
Farrell.
Yeah.
Stevenson.
Yes.
Next,
And I make a motion to accept, RJ Smith to replace Mr. Trinka in Ward 3.
Second.
I can never be.
That's better.
Fill his seat, I won't say
Okay.
replace.
Washington,
Yes.
Whitty,
Yes.
Belkey,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Cornish,
Yes.
Farrell,
Yes.
Stevenson,
Yeah.
Trinka.
Yes.
Any other voting we have to do?
I make a motion that effective May 1st, that the city attorney firm for the city of Lebanon be the law firm of Brooker, Beam, Long, PC, and specifically the attorney will be Mr. Bean. Retainer at $4,500 a month covers 2 city council meetings, telephone calls, emails, other modes of communication with the mayor, clerk, alderpersons, and department heads. Document preparation, including annexation agreements to city-related contracts, routine ordinance preparation, routine resolution preparation, ordinance and resolution review, preparation of routine correspondence and emails, routine research regarding the above items, attend ordinance violation docket up to twice a month, provide legal advice to also city matters. The city rate for the hourly items is $185 plus costs and expenses, and that's attorney time irrespective of attorneys, $90 per hour for paralegals. And it covers a whole bunch of other stuff that they have listed there. The contract will be available as a public item. The standard hourly rate, following items will be billed at the standard rates as amended from time to time, charged by the firm to its regular business clients. Large or high dollar litigation where the amounts in dispute exceed $50,000. Bond or grant projects, large tract of real estate development, STA to SSA, or BD siting and development, major enterprise zone, EPA projects, for example, new water tower, wastewater facility, sales tax agreements, tax increment financing, special service areas, business district, currently hourly rates depending upon the attorney. Terry Brooker is $250, Luke Bean, $250, Chad Leach, $225, paralegals, $100 per hour. In addition to the above attorney fees, the law firm will be reimbursed for its costs as follows: copies 20 cents a page, taxes 25 cents a page, standard mileage rate of travel for the IRS for business. We are not there, do not charge us for travel between the law firm and the city and any court-related expenses. All in motion, all in motion.
Ms. Washington, second. Roll call.
Did you second?
She said second. You said you must go home.
Whitty,
Yes.
Belkey,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Cornish,
Yes.
Farrell,
Yes.
Stevenson,
Yeah.
Trinka,
Yes,
Washington.
Okay, and as far as the Creekside update, the city does have an offer at this time. I cannot talk about it until we contact your attorney.
So we got on the agenda to come up here all night to not actually talk about it.
Can I explain it? We're in transition between administrations, so we can't do it.
I know, this is why we talked about this like months ago,
It's a waste
to
of
like
time.
get through this. I mean, are you guys gonna start paying the mortgage too?
As a matter of fact,
It's like a big game, everybody. It's like a fucking game.
But I just don't know why we keep coming here every.
please watch it or we'll have to.
This is
undo it.
This is the
May I explain
definition of
something?
insanity.
Please,
Listen
may I
to us,
explain
it's on the
something?
agenda.
You are not given permission to talk. May
You
you,
shouldn't be either.
may I say something so you understand? On May the 1st, we are having a meeting at 5:30 of the city council. And if your attorney and our new attorney communicate and understand what's going on, because the attorney, we're in the transition between administrations. We can't make decisions for the next council.
You should have made this decision
But-
months ago.
Maybe, but that's not what we're arguing right now. All I wanna say is that if there's an agreement, we will act on it on Thursday. You're not gonna be going 2 weeks. It'll be Thursday.
We hear that every week, George.
No, it'll be
Every
this
week, we
Thursday.
hear every week. We're gonna figure it out next week. We're gonna figure it out next week.
Yes, right
We're
here.
here again.
The
It's
city
public.
has an
I'm
offer.
living here.
The city has an offer that I need to give to your attorney and the new
Are you guys
attorney.
gonna pay for the legal fees too? Can we get our own offer for
Do
our
you,
own business?
do you have an attorney?
He said he doesn't even know what to do because he said he's not gonna be working here anymore. So we're just paying money for no reason now. And so is the city of Lebanon. Paying for nothing. A phone call that accomplished nothing. Emails that accomplished nothing. I mean, how long are we supposed to keep doing this?
You have an attorney, right?
Yeah, we had to get one because every time we come up here, it's the same story. This is literally the definition of insanity. doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. There is no different result. We wasted a whole other night up here again for nothing.
Trust me,
I
I
mean,
wanted
at what
this,
point
I
is what
wanted
gonna
this to
reflect
be
what's gonna
done
happen if we don't get
for
it?
my last night.
I know. I mean, does London not realize the bigger picture here of what's gonna happen if this doesn't get accomplished?
So,
This isn't gonna be good for anybody.
can I
None
say
of us.
something?
Yes,
We are totally on your side.
I know. That's why I don't understand
And,
why you
and
guys
I'm not,
can't make a
and I'm
choice.
not just talking blowing smoke.
I
We
know.
are 100% on your side. We want Creekside to go up just as much as you do. The only thing is, because you have retained an attorney, now we have to take certain steps. You understand what I'm
Totally
saying?
understanding that. And had someone been ready to work with our attorney, this wouldn't have even been a story, but nobody is. We're talking about how we don't like our, Mr. Nedemeyer and how I have pending litigation against him and I'm fired anyways. And I mean, we're getting nowhere. How long are we supposed to keep paying a mortgage with no income?
Are
It's
you
not
sure,
going
you-
now.
are you sure you heard we have an offer?
Yes, we would love to see it without
Was
paying a lawyer and paying $400 an hour.
Yeah, but we can't.
You
do that to the attorney though. You
You
retain.
guys realize why we had to.
Right, but so
Yeah,
now we have to go, we have to take the
We were
certain
told to
steps.
come here to be on the agenda again. We can't even talk. There's no open communication with the city at all.
Can we finish the sentence before you start talking again?
Sure, George.
Okay. Because you have an attorney, and under the way the system works, we have to have attorney to attorney communication. We have an offer, we have, I think, which is a generous offer to make. That will solve a lot of the problems. We anticipate that it will solve the issues. But we cannot give it to you. We have to give it to your attorney.
Okay.
We'll give it. And so if your attorney is not here, if your attorney were here, we could have talked to your attorney. And our attorney is, our new attorney isn't in the picture yet, okay, first. Because this is happening, we anticipated this. We are saying, if you can wait 3 days till Thursday afternoon. We have a meeting on Thursday afternoon, and all this communication can take place between now and Thursday with the attorney. Because now we've hired the attorney effective May the 1st.
We already knew that
So-
before this meeting.
We have that, what we did wasn't hired until we made that motion. And I read all that stuff. And we will talk, they'll talk to you and tell you this is what we've offered. And on May the 1st, at the meeting, at May the 1st, there will be an item on the agenda.
Do we have to be here another night this week?
It's starting at 5:30.
So we need to pay him after hours to come up here Thursday night now, we've been here 6
Oh,
weeks.
no,
right?
but-
I think he has to be here.
He doesn't have to be here. He has to get the information. And we can communicate it on May
I'm
the
gonna send
1st.
it to him, or I'm gonna have Charlie send it.
I mean, really.
I'm gonna have Charlie send it to the attorney to send it to your attorney.
Don't ever open a business in London, for everyone listening on the video. Don't ever do it. We did. We contacted the city in October 25th. We contacted the city. We were told we could use that.
Kevin.
We were told we could use that.
If
October 25th, we were told.
Beth, ignore him. Kevin, stop. I wanna go home.
I move. Can we adjourn the meeting on a voice vote? Before my voice.
Okay, all in favor of adjournment? Can I hear something? All opposed? Any abstain?
Yes, sir.
Jerry?
What? We almost did it without a fight.
I know.